joined by T-Sant, and behind the scenes we have HUD. So thank you guys for joining me today. T-Sant, how you doing tonight?
Lo-Fi, I'm doing great. As always, I'm ready to watch some exciting RSC action. Nothing makes me happier than being able to cast these games. Glad to do it with two outstanding gentlemen, such as you and HUD. And it looks like the players are getting into the lobby, and we're about ready to get started on kickoff here.
Yeah, we got Phantoms Deep versus Tier right now. Ready to get going. We got Crack Dragon. It's just Krim and Garrett representing Phantoms Deep. And then on the other side of the pitch, we have Marcoyo, Bad Example, and Kilk for Tier. Get into the first kickoff of the game. It is going to go to the way of the Phantoms Deep. Got two players up for it real quickly. Going to go towards the end. Bad Example makes a touch. Marcoyo clearing that one out. Example to get another touch here. He's off in the corner with it. He's going to try to make the touch. Can't quite do it. Marcoyo does. He's going to go off to our center. Kilk is up. Can't quite make that one. Could have an open net opportunity here. Just goes over the crossbar. And no player is able to make that shot. Very back and forth within the first 30 seconds, as you would expect through this first game, or first little minute or so. And teams are just feeling each other out right now.
Yeah, Lo-Fi, a little bit of back and forth going on here so far. A couple of opportunities for each team. Nothing fun to the back of the net yet. Marcoyo sending one high. Bad Example can't get the touch. Kill gonna send it high to the middle of the field. Garrett's there though with a great clear downfield. Marcoyo in the corner gets one touch, tries to get another. Krim is gonna beat them there. Garrett once again, touch into the middle. Crack Dragon's there. Crack Dragon shot on net. Crack Dragon gonna start things off here. Great shot and a great pass. 1-0 to start things off here for Phantoms Deep.
Yeah, Phantom Deep's going to be striking first here. Crack Dragon with a great shot. Another great pass coming off of Garrett backs. We got just over a minute of game played. Another kickoff ensues. And it's going to go away once again towards Phantoms Deep. But Tier are already over it, trying to get another offensive opportunity here. Gets put towards the middle by Crack Dragon. Touched there by Marcoyo. Krim is right on top of it. Another opportunity here. Crack Dragon scoring once more.
And Crack Dragon starting things off hot. 2 goals in a matter of, 20 seconds? He's hungry tonight, and that's going to propel Phantoms Deep to a great start. Tired, they're going to want to look to shake those couple of goals off. Lot of game time left. And off the kickoff, pretty even. Right away, we stay in the midfield. Garrett going to beat Marcoyo to the ball, and no one's there for the blue squad. Kilk has it, gets taken over from a member from the blue squad. Bad Example's there, tries to take into the blue half. Can't get the second touch in the air dribble. Kilk's there for the shot on net, and a great save from Crack Dragon. Doing scoring defense, he's doing it all. And into the midfield we go. Krim's there. Gets taken over by Bad Example. Bad Example gets one touch, tries to get the second. Can't get into the middle. Kilk will send it there. And Bad Example, it's soft, but it gets the job done. Getting his team back into it. And unfortunate play there for It's Just Krim. Just misses the ball. Bad Example will take advantage. 2-1 in favor of Phantoms Deep, Lo-Fi.
Yeah, Tier scoring there off of a little bit of a team bump there. So a little bit of misfortune turns into fortune for them, and now it's just a deficit of 1. We got Kilk up for it for Tier as they try to cut the deficit and even up the game. But the ball gets pushed back onto their half. We got 2 players up for it. Garrett gets the touch first. It goes towards the net. Dangerous in front. Crack Dragon puts that one off to the far side of the goal. In the corner it goes. Krim up for it. He gets to get the beat, and Marcoyo puts that over to the corner. Bad Example going to clear this one down the field. He's off the wall for it. Gets a flip reset, but can't put that one on target. Very, very close. Garrett takes over the ball and gets it towards the midfield. Now Marcoyo touches over to Bad Example. Bad Example up, but Crack Dragon's going to be able to make that catch. Going for a pass here. Now Garrett's there. Shot blocked by Marcoyo. Marcoyo now and Kilk up for it. Going to put it out towards the corner. Kilk, another touch, can make a pass, but Bad Example 50s with the player there. Now off of the corner with it. Garrett backs, puts it pass towards the mid. Crack Dragon going to continue this pressure. Kilk going to break that one up in the midfield. Back in the corner with Marcoyo and Backs. Backs puts that one towards the midfield. And again, back in that corner. Crack Dragon trying to make something happen for Phantoms Deep, continuing their lead a little bit here, but they can't quite break out. Back in the midfield it goes. Bad Example and Krim up. Krim gets the beat. And to the end of Tier we go.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth here now. These two teams not trying to make a mistake that'll give the other team the advantage. Over to the midfield, bad example. Trying to get the challenger, just misses out on it. Garrett Backs with a great challenge in the midfield, and Garrett Backs gonna snipe it from, I believe that was past the halfway point. And what a shot from him. It'll give Phantoms Deep a 3-1 lead with a minute 30 remaining. They gotta be feeling good here, Lo-Fi.
Yeah, Garrett Backs gets that right at the midfield shot going in for them. He's going to have a cycle there. We got two players with 2 goals, and all 3 players contributing to the offense here. Another one could happen here for Tier, though. Garrett Backs turns that one out. Off into the corner he is with it. He's going to be able to carry this over towards the midfield. Gets a beat around one player. Going to try to continue, but Kilk is going to try to make the beat. No, he can't quite make that touch. Bad example there to clean it up. Pass towards midfield with Krim. And the Crack Dragon gets a great 50 to score a hat trick right there on the goal line.
Yes, sir. Crack Dragon in the right place at the right time. Marcoyo can't quite get the clear. Crack Dragons all over that. Hat trick now. 4-1 with just over a minute remaining. And Tier might be looking towards the next game now. Anything you want to see them do to maybe get themselves either back into it in this one, Lo-Fi, or get them ready for game 2?
This might be just a GG go next type of a situation, but the game is not over yet. They still have a lot of offensive pressure here, so it could just be settling some nerves and then getting back down to, the basics and getting themselves back into that game that way. But they look sound overall. Just a couple shots not going their way, especially that last one with that 50. Now they're trying to make another one happen here. As bad example goes up for the touch. He can't quite make it. Crack Dragon gets a great clear towards the midfield. He's going to continue this one. Pass off the backboard. Is anybody going to be there for it? No, not quite. Kilk gets that turnout. Garrett Backs at the midfield now. He's going to get another touch off towards the middle. Krim's going to be up for it. He's going to put that shot on net. And a great pass and an even better goal off the shot from Krim.
Yeah, what an angle there from Krim to get above that. And puts it just over the defense. Some perfect placement. That's a way to put an exclamation point on this game. Making a statement. And that is a goal for all 3 of Phantoms Deep members. And Lo-Fi, I'm looking at the stats here. That's 5 goals, 5 assists. The team plays really coming out for them. And they may not be done just yet. Crack Dragon trying to get it towards the net. Can't. We count down now. Kilk, send it one long. Trying to get one for the road, and they cannot. Game 1, a dominant performance from Phantoms Deep here.
Yeah, Phantoms Deep, like you said, coming out very dominantly in that first game. They have 5 goals, and like you said, they have 5 assists as well. And those 5 goals coming off of just 7 shots. So their shot percentage is very, very good right now. Tier's got to step it up a little bit on the defensive side of the pitch in order to convert any of these situations over on defense from defense to offense. But overall, not too horrible from our first game of the night. Very, very excited to see how this is going to wrap up in the long term.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing here, Lo-Fi, for Tier, only 3 shots on net versus Phantoms Deep. They had 7. They're definitely going to want to focus on maybe getting a few more opportunities at the net and extending that offensive pressure. They had some opportunities, but nothing that was all that threatening for Phantoms Deep. They're definitely going to need to turn up maybe the pace, maybe incorporate some demos, and see what that can do for them in game 2.
Yeah, something's got to give a little bit here for the Tier team. They could definitely be a little bit more offensive, a little bit more present in the offensive end for them. But overall, first game of the night, very solid. We've got 3 more to play from the Challenger Tier and 4 more to play for Prospects. Like I said, this is RSC. We play 4 games front to back, if you guys aren't aware of how we do things here. So it doesn't matter if a team wins 4-0. It doesn't matter if it's 2-2. 4 games must be played in all series, but we got the second game of the night ready to come at you. We got the same lines, Phantoms Deep versus Tier, game 2 getting underway.
And just Krim and Marcoyo off the kickoff. And Kilk gonna send it high. Can't get the second touch. Marcoyo's there towards net. It's gonna go high though. Just Krim, fast break. Can't get it towards net. Great getting back from Kilk there. This ball's still dangerous. Marcoyo sends it over. Crack Dragon's right there. Gets one, can't get the second. It's just Krim waiting. Can't get it past Marcoyo. Garrett's there now. Right now, Phantoms Deep, they're having a great rotation. Players in the right spot at the right time. I couldn't see who that was. It looked like Kilt got the clear. Close ball, dangerous. Garrett's there. Bad example with a great save. And it's fireworks here to start game one, Lo-Fi. Or
Yeah,
game two,
definitely.
excuse me.
Phantoms Deep are going to look to score here off of that opportunity, but it's going to get turned away by Tier. Bad example trying to continue this pressure. He gets a 50 off in the corner. And Garrett backs, gets it around another player. It's going to go deep into the Tier end. It's going to continue this pressure off into the corner. Can't get it around Marcoyle, though. And Marcoyle turns that one out towards just Krim. Krim putting it up the wall, gets another touch off the ceiling crease. Can he follow this one up? No, Crack Dragon comes in to help him out. Off the corner now, gets a pass towards the middle. Not quite enough, though. Kilt turns it out. Kilt continuing it for Tier. Garrett backs, turning that one out deep into the, again, the defensive end of Tier. Marcoyle's going to have to pick up some slack here. He gets a great touch over towards the wall. Gonna try to continue this as he 50s with Krim. It goes basically straight up. Dragon gets the beat on the 50, so it goes over towards the other corner. Garrett backs and Kilk now. Backs a great pass, but nobody there to shoot for Phantoms Deep. But still, Phantoms Deep with a lot of pressure here on the Tier end. Marcoyle up to get that one away from danger. Another opportunity as the pass gets off the crease. Kilk one turning that one out at 50 in the mid. And Garrett Backs gets the beat. This one looks like it's on target. And Garrett Backs scores, and Phantoms Deep striking first once again.
And Garrett Backs, he's been hot. His second long ball snipe of the day. And this one will put Phantoms Deep up 1-0. Second game in a row, they've gotten the first goal. Definitely something Tier's going to want to look to turn around. And right away, off kickoff, we're into the blue half, but Garrett's going to be there. Tries for the challenge with Marcoyo. Marcoyo's going to win it there. Crack Dragon gets it past one, gets it past two. It's an open net. And right away, Crack Dragon going to double the lead. 2-0 in favor of Phantoms Deep.
It definitely seems to be like a power duo dynamic going here between Crack Dragon and Garrett Backs, and then just Krim coming in and picking up any slack, if there is any slack to be made off of this Phantoms Deep team. They just seem so solid all around, and they're definitely showing it here as we're into the first half of this second game. Excuse me. Another opportunity here, Crack Dragon, but bad example turns that one out. Another one, pass off the backboard high from Garrett Backs. Nobody there to make the shot for Phantoms Deep. Off towards the midfield now. Touch is going to get around a couple of the players here for Tier. But Kilk turns that one towards the corner. He makes another touch up and towards the midfield. Bad example, and Garrett backs up. Bad example gets the beat off the backboard. It's going to go drop down. Crack Dragon turns that one out. A great touch towards the midfield. Kilk and Crack Dragon now getting a 50. Phantoms Deep continuing their pressures. That one gets dumped back into the Tier end. Two players there for Tier to commit. Luckily, no pressure there. Shot could come from it, but Crack Dragon gets a great save there. Crack Dragon 50ing with the Tier player there. Marcoyle continuing pressure for Tier now on the opposite side of pit pitch. Pass back towards Bad Example. Bad Example gets the touch. Garrett Backs just waiting patiently down for it. Gets the catch. Gets it around one player. 50's a second. Marcoyle, Crack Dragon gets that pass towards the offensive side of Tier, or defensive side of Tier, excuse me. And it's just Krim's going to continue pressure here for Phantoms Deep. This Phantoms Deep team really, really well-rounded, and the roster is really deep with talent, it looks like.
Yeah, you said it really well there, Lo-Fi. They are looking, all three players have looked really in sync too, not only with, their talent, the comps have looked really good for them. The rotations have been excellent, and it's really been boxing in this Tier squad, whereas, even when they get out to the blue half, it's only been one or two opportunities. That extended pressure isn't where they want it to be. And now we see some pressure. Can they keep it going? Bad examples up, centers it, and no one's there for the Tier squad. And just Krim's going to clear it out. Crack Dragon can't get the touch. Garrett Backs will swing around on it. Gets one. Gets the second. Crack Dragon is there to take over. Gets past one defender. Can't get it past Bad Example, who will send it long. But Garrett Backs is there. And it has been almost clinical, the rotations right now from Phantoms Deep as we count down, nearing just 30 seconds left. And Tier has to get something now if they want to have a shot in this game. But Garrett Backs will send it downfield towards net. Marcoyo will get the save. They got to clear it out. It's just Krim with a great challenge. Crack Dragon's there, gets the shot, interrupted from Kilk. Garrett Backs wasting time. It's just Krim is there. It's just Krim towards net. And it's just Krim back of the net. 3-0 with 15 seconds remaining. And it looks like that'll just about do it for game two.
Yeah, this looks like it's over for here for Tier. I think that the biggest issue for Tier is they're a little bit too close to each other in their rotations that is causing them to move too far forward on their defensive side because they're trying to break out of the pressure that the Phantoms Deep are able to provide for themselves, and thus causes a little bit of commotion here on their goal line. But as the time ticks down on the clock, we have a little bit of extracurriculars here, but ball's going to touch the ground. Phantoms Deep go up 2-0 in the series.
And just another dominant game from Phantoms Deep, really. Uh, and one thing of note, last game was 7-3. This game, 8-2. Phantoms Deep has been boxing Tier in their own half, and they really got to find a way to get out because you're not going to win games with only 2 shots on net. But credit to Phantoms Deep. I mean, the rotations have been great. And the extended pressure they're putting on Tier has been fantastic.
Yeah, again, it is super, super crucial to note that a lot of offense is coming from all three of these players. You know, it's not just one player putting in an insane effort. You know, you got another player coming away with a cycle, another player there coming away with a goal and a save. So they're on both sides of the field. They're playing very, very well, like you said. And like I had said earlier, both Phantoms Deep, or all three, excuse me, of Phantoms Deep's players really have a lot of talent to them. And it just goes to show like how much of a force to reckon with they are.
Yeah, so through 2 games so far, Lo-Fi, we've seen a lot of dominance from Phantoms Deep. I want to see Tier really start to incorporate some bumps and demos and really interrupt that rotation Phantoms Deep has had. Make them uncomfortable, make them think about their moves, and really slow down their pace. I think that'll really help them get back into the series.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I touched on it a little bit before too, but Tier, you guys look like you're a little bit too anxious to get to starting your offensive push while you're trying to break away from the offensive pressure from Phantoms Deep. Phantoms Deep is looking really, really solid in their rotation, and that is ultimately what's catching you guys off guard every single time in your defensive positioning. You know, you try to make a breakaway pass, you get that pass towards the midfield, and it just seems like a Phantoms Deep player is there every single time, ready to make that touch and get it back into your own end, thus causing a lot of these goals. But you get that squared away. You know, you heighten your skills and your sets to be able to get that under control. And I think you got a whole nother team under the Tier side of the pitch.
Yeah, and just for those of you at home, we were just waiting for one of the players to get back into the lobby. It looks like everyone is here. And we are all good to get started for game number 3. Players are joining up in the lobby. And we'll see what Tier has to answer for this Phantoms Deep squad. You know, we didn't talk about it earlier, Lo-Fi, because we wanted to get right into the action. But looking at the stats for these two teams, one thing I did notice. This Phantoms Deep squad, the shots they're averaging is a ludicrous number. If I go back and take a look, I think each of their players were thoroughly out shooting each of Tier's players. If I remember correctly, it was a big difference, and that's something we're seeing again in this game.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just talking about shooting percentage here, though, Tier's got them beat. So when it looks like when Tier is getting the ball and they are making their shots, they're going to be finding the back of the net a little bit more than Phantoms Deep, but Phantoms Deep just finding the pressure to be able to crack down this defense from Tier. Another opportunity here as we start game number 3. We're 30 seconds in. Ball's going to go towards the midfield. Marcoyo's going to be up for it, making a great push towards Phantoms Deep end. Another touch here as it makes itself into a pass. Crack Dragon going to turn that one out. Bad example meets him. Trying to get a pass off here, but Garrett Bax is going to turn that one out. Now Kilk putting pressure on the Phantoms Deep side of things. Player can't quite make the touch, but the touch does not go on target to make a shot. Got bad example, continuing the pressure for Tier. Tier have a little bit of a different look to him. A double commit there, that might be costly here. Phantoms Deep going to be able to clear it out into the zone of Tier. Marcoyo putting that one back into the midfield and out into Phantoms Deep's side. A little bit of boomer ball happening right now as teams are trying to get back into this. A shot coming on. It's going to hit the crossbar and down. Can anybody make the save? It is going to get turned out. A little bit of misfortune there striking for Tier. Great opportunity. And now it's in their own end once again.
And tough break for Tier. They're a bad example with a great shot on net. And the crossbar just not friendly to them. Unfortunately, they didn't have anyone else ready for the shot. I could have sworn that was going to be a goal, but instead we find ourselves in the orange half still. Kilk gets a breakaway, gets it past one, can't get it past two. Garrett with a great save. Kilk's not done, sends it back into the blue half. Bad examples there. Gets it past two defenders. Marcoyo almost gets it mid again, but no one there to finish the job for Tier. And nearing halfway into this game, we stay 0-0. Marcoyo with a big clear. Gets it past Crack Dragon. Just Krim is there. Almost gets it into the back of the net. Tier really putting it to Phantoms Deep this game, Lo-Fi.
Yeah, this is the game that's been very back and forth, like you said, but this is also a game where there is no offense right off the bat coming out of the Phantoms Deep. At least not one that has been costly enough to cost a goal. Great 50 there, but the pass is going to go just a little bit too wide. Garrett backs is up for it, trying to get that pass centered. Marcoyo's going to turn that one out for Tier, though. Crack Dragon now in the corner with it. He's got to communicate with Bax. He does so nicely. Bax is going to take this one across. Now in the midfield with it. Going to try to go for the 50, but Marcoyo beats him. It's just Krim now in the corner with a bad example trying to get it past here. He does so pretty nicely. Marcoyo there, but Crack Dragon just beats him. And off into the corner of Tier we go. Great pass there. Bad example puts that one back into the corner for Marcoyo. Marcoyo waiting patiently as the ball goes down out of the crease. Gonna continue this pressure into the end of Phantoms Deep. Gotta go for a pass here. Bax turns that one out nicely. And again, we have this defense scrambling here. The demo comes. A brutal demo.
Oh!
Marcoyo makes the save.
What a save from Marcoyo.
Just Krim's gonna put another shot on there and Kilk get that save. Another pass opportunity here. Great 50 out in front from Marcoyo. And the defense from Tier is just an unbreakable wall for Phantoms Deep here in game number 3.
Yeah, and I mean, that ball was halfway in. What a play from Marcoyo. We see ourselves in the blue half now. Bad example, trying to get it out into the mid. Can't quite get the touch. Krim won't be able to handle it. Marcoyo's there. Marcoyo on the ball, can't get the 50. Garrett backs out to the midfield. Bad example is going to win the race to the ball. One touch, doesn't have the second. It's Krim, sends it to the corner. Some demos coming out now from both teams. Marcoyo sends it high. The defense doesn't have it. There's Garrett backs now, sending it to the midfield. 40 seconds remaining, Lo-Fi. We are counting down, still no goals scored. Could that be it? No, and it gets cleared away from Tier. We are counting down. One mistake could be all it takes. The pressure's in the orange half right now. Crack Dragon gets it above one, can't get it past bad example. 20 seconds remaining. Marcoyo sends it to the midfield, doesn't have boost though. Bad examples there. Crack Dragon with a save. Kill coming in for the challenge. And 10 seconds now. We could see one or two opportunities left. That's it. Kill gonna center it. No. 2-1 Marcoyo, and it looks like it's gonna drop down. Lo-Fi for the first time this series. We have overtime.
First overtime of the night. We have the overtime really courtesy of Marcoyo with that great heroic save earlier there on the goal line. He did not give up for the ball, and because of that, he gets the save off the pinch from the post, mind you. But Phantoms Deep might end it here. They get an opportunity, but bad example is going to meet that one. An example now trying to get it past, can't quite make that touch. Just Krim, awkward in the corner. Kilk now trying to put it back centered. Marcoyo tried to get that 50, but it gets around him. Bad example now trying to get it back towards the midfield. Kilk trying to get this clear here for Tier. Just Krim meets that ball in the 50. Garrett backs once again, booming that ball down towards the end of Tier. It's going to go off the corner. He's going to get a pinch, but it doesn't quite go the way that he wanted. Crack Dragon tries to make up some slack, but 50 towards the midfield. Now another opportunity mounting, but still cleared towards the corner from Tier. Another opportunity, pass goes center. Kilk turns that one out towards the midfield. He's going to be able to continue this pressure. Just one to beat. Krim stands tall, but it's still center. Very dangerous. Marcoyo getting a touch there, 50. It turns itself into a pass. Kilk with the shot and Crack Dragon with that save. 0-0 still a minute here in overtime. Bad example now putting it in the corner. He's going to try to make something happen. Garrett backs turns that one out towards the midfield. We are still scoreless through almost 6.5 minutes of gameplay.
And normally these 0-0 games, you normally see him end quick in OT. Not this one. Marcoyo trying to get something up. Bad example with a shot. He's going to get interrupted by Garrett, who has been doing it all for Phantoms Deep tonight. Bad example with a great challenge there. Another great challenge. It's high. No one's there for the orange squad. And a bit of a double commit there from Tier. It's dangerous in front of the net, though. Phantoms Deep, they look confused. Oh, my god. And how close can you get? Bad example tried. Crack Dragon now. Trying to get the shot. Interrupted by Marcoyo. And what a close call from Phantoms Deep. They remain in this game, though. 2 minutes now in overtime. It could still be anyone's game. Marcoyo with a save there. And it's high. Above the net. Kilk sends it away. Kilk going for the second. Gets it past It's Just Crim. We're into the blue corner now. Crack Dragon can't get the touch. Garrett is there once again. He's been there all night for Phantoms Deep. 2.5 minutes in now. We got a game and a half. We're in the orange corner. And the gameplay slowing down a little bit. Teams not wanting to make that mistake that'll end it, Lo-Fi.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the next mistake made is going to cause the next goal, really. And because of that, a lot of momentum going into the winning team's favor. So, Tier, now is your time to strike, if at all, to get yourselves back into this series and maybe tie it up at 2-2. That 3-1 or that 3-0 win here would be devastating for you guys. Phantoms Deep having another opportunity here. Like you said, neither team is really wanting to make this mistake. Garrett Back's going to get a pass off the backboard. Is anybody there to make the save? Marcoyo's going to get the great 50 there from Dragon and turn that one out towards the wall. Another 50 there from Bad Example, and a Phantoms Deep player sends it off into the corner. Now Kilk trying to make something happen. Pass off the backboard, but 2 players there for Phantoms Deep. Definitely seeing a lot more double commits and a lot more cautious play out of these players because nobody's wanting to give that last goal in this game, or really the first goal in this game to end this overtime. We have 3.5 minutes in overtime right now, which is 8.5 minutes of a game, right? If my math adds up there, but that's ridiculous. I mean, 3.5 minutes of overtime on a 0-0 scoreline is just incredible, and it just speaks to not only the skill of players that we have here on the field, but just the ability to adapt from this Tier team. And they might have another opportunity here. Could they end it? Oh, and he does!
Oh.
A great pass from Bad Example. Kilk was going for bumps. He just so happens to turn around at the right time, see the balls coming his way, and backflip this one in. What a great game there played by both teams, and Tier finally striking first, striking first in that game because it's goal 1 of the game. I keep forgetting that game ended at 0-1, and we had a 0-0 going into overtime. But a crazy game played, and Tier coming out on top.
And wow, just really what a finishing goal there from Kilk. The great bump in net, the great awareness to be able to backflip that in. And Tier worked for that one. Shout out Marcoyo, by the way. We just saw it on the replays. That crazy pinch to save the game. 4 saves. And Lo-Fi, big thing to note here for the first time this series. Tier outshooting Phantoms Deep 11-6, and they're rewarded for it in what was a hard-earned victory.
Yeah, go ahead. We got a game 4 prediction. Let me know who you guys are going to predict winning game number 4. We have a Tier team coming off of a great win, and then we have a Phantoms Deep team trying to regain their momentum off of their first 2 wins. So let me know. Make your predictions now. Game 4 getting underway here really, really soon. But like you said, a very, very dominant performance from Tier in terms of just shots. But a very good performance out of Phantoms Deep too. You know, either team was in it up until that first goal was scored. And that first goal just so happened to be the deciding goal. And, you know, I can't wait to see that same sort of action and that momentum from both teams carrying over here into game number 4.
And the only thing that can make it better, give me a longer overtime next time. I want the stakes to be even higher, Lo-Fi. And right away off kickoff, we find ourselves in the blue half. Kilt going up for it. Him and Garrett trying to get the touch, neither do. Bad Example sends it towards the net. Crim's gonna get the save. Passes it over to Crack Dragon. Crack Dragon beat to the ball by Bad Example. Bad Example wants a second, doesn't have the boost though. Garrett now into the orange half. Kilt with a great clear to get ahead of the defense. It'll go right back though. Crack Dragon, he's up for it. Gets it just off the crossbar, and the woodwork gonna save a potential goal there. And a great clear from Marcoyo. And we stay 0-0 a minute in here. And never mind, Cracked Dragon, he wanted that goal bad. Gonna jump at the ball in the midfield. 1-0 Phantoms Deep. What a start for the game 4 here, Lo-Fi.
Yeah, that's an important goal. If we look back through the series and the history of this series, we've noticed that the games won by Phantoms Deep, they've all scored first within the first minute. So will the trend continue itself into game number 4? We'll see. The Tier trying to break up that trend real quickly here as they mount some pressure. The Cracked Dragon, that's an important goal because not only does it break up the momentum from the Tier team, but it also sets you guys up for really winning this final game and winning the series 3-1. But now the ball gets pushed towards the midfield. Phantoms Deep trying to get this deficit to 2-0. It's going to get pushed back towards the middle by bad example. Off towards the wall now. Back Dragon pushing this one towards the middle. That's dangerous. Kilk's there waiting for it. Off the backboard. Shot opportunity there. Marcoyo scoring. He's on the goal line and he's on the offensive goal line as well as he just shoves this one in. Up of a great demo too here by Kilk. If you look, he goes for that demo. He is an offensive threat, whether he's shooting that one or not there. And it's 1-1.
Yeah, and I was looking for that from Tier earlier in this series. The bumps, the demos to interrupt Phantoms Deep and make him, think about it. And great awareness from Kilk. And Cracked Dragon, however, he's going to shut me up. He's going to answer right back. He wants this 3-1 victory. And Marcoyo not getting to the ball in time. Cracked Dragon's going to perfectly place it in the top corner. 2-1 Phantoms Deep. What an answer, Lo-Fi.
We got 2 goals off of 2 assists off of 4 shots here for Phantoms Deep. On the other side, we have 3 shots for Tier, so very, very even offensively. Just a little slip up causing that one to go in there for Phantoms Deep. We got 2-1 like you had said. The ball's going to be in the midfield. Marcoyo's going to make a shot. Cracked Dragon's going to turn that one out deep off into the end and get the demo there by Garrett Bax. He might not have an assist on that play, but that demo definitely assisted that goal.
Absolutely, and Garrett Back said, you guys can demo, we can demo too. And we're going to demo for a goal. Nice long shot from Cracked Dragon. Way to put it on net. And 3-1 now with 3 minutes remaining. Tier looking not to let this game get out of hand. They're going to want to get that offensive pressure back on Phantoms Deep. Stop letting them get into their half, but right away we see pressure in the orange half. It's going to go long into the blue side though. Kilk just misses there. Cracked Dragon with a great 50. He'll take control of the ball. And tries to get it around the defense. Can't. Marcoyo now taking it to the other side. Gets it past one. Can't get it past another. Kilk trying to go for the shot. Can't. We're seeing some back and forth. A lot of boomer ball right now, Lo-Fi. Garrett can't get the touch there. Kilk with a shot on net. Garrett, what a save. I thought that was for sure a goal. Instead, we go the other direction, Lo-Fi. Garrett with a shot on net. Just gets it off the post. Cracked Dragon's there. Can't get it in. Tier stay alive here in game number 4. Nearing 2 minutes remaining. And this game is starting to pick up now, Lo-Fi. Off the crossbar, Marcoyo with the shot. Just misses. Cracked Dragon with an opportunity. Tries to get it center. Can't. Garrett's there, though. Garrett's going to put it in the back of the net. 4-1 for Phantoms Deep. And what a goal. What a play from the boys in blue here, Lo-Fi.
Yeah, Phantoms Deep once again showing their prowess here as they have that dynamic duo between Cracked Dragon and Garrett Bax with all the offense here. It seems like 4 goals coming from both of those players, 3 off of assists, and between those 2 they have 8 shots. So 50% shooting percentage between 2 players, and Krim is just there hanging out, helping out however he can with these helpful touches here in the midfield, the helpful 50s, like that stuff doesn't go unnoticed. And it's very, very important work too. So don't think that Krim is not doing it too well because of his points, but every little thing matters here at the Challenger tier. And now's the time to strike if you are Tier. Get yourselves back into this. You got a minute and 20 seconds left here. Great pressure though coming from you guys. A great shot. And just as I say it, bad example's gonna bury one and cut the deficit to 4-2.
Yeah, and what a first initial touch, and then what a second touch from Bad Example. The great bounce pass into the net to get it over the defense. I believe it was Krim in net there. Definitely was not ready for that. And with a minute remaining, there's still plenty of time for Tier to get this game into overtime or take the lead. And Marcoyo gonna keep this pressure in the blue half. Crack Dragon's there, low on boost though. Kilk gets the touch. Looking for an opportunity to get it mid. Garrett backs and send it long. Marcoyo's there though. Up in the air. Can't get the touch. Crack Dragon taking it to the other side. Past one, and great save from Kilk. Just under 50 seconds remaining. Now Garrett Backs is there though. Garrett Backs, another huge answer from Phantoms Deep, and that'll make it a 5-goal game. That is a backbreaker for Tier.
Yeah, that might be the nail in the coffin there. Garrett Backs now has a second cycle based off of that goal. Incredible gameplay coming out of Phantoms Deep, and like I said earlier, and I'll say it again, their talent runs deep on Phantoms Deep. Insane roster that they have put together. They got 40 seconds left to finish off this game, though. Like I said, this could do it for Phantoms Deep and winning this series 3-1, but they're not out of it yet. Tier's not out of it yet. They're going to be kicking and screaming all the way home, trying to get this deficit at least cut down to 5-3 or maybe 5-4. Something's got to happen soon, though. That example's going to go off into the corner. Can't quite clear it. It's going to go towards net. Garrett Backs gets a touch towards the midfield. A little bit too far wide. A great opportunity here for Tier. Screaming gets that save. Kilk with that shot. Pass off a Bad Example gets turned out by Crack Dragon though. Marcoyo now trying to scramble to get this back into the offensive zone. Can't, and it goes into their own zone. We got time ticking down. And that's going to do it for our challenger tier. We had Phantoms Deep versus Tier. Phantoms Deep taking that series 3-1. And what a performance from Phantoms Deep.
Yeah, they really played great all series long. Crack Dragon, he was cracked tonight, scoring a ton of goals, and especially in that last game there, a hat trick, 7 shots. What a performance from Phantoms Deep. They really came out and were dominant tonight. They are going to be feeling good about that in the Discord server, I'm sure. And for Tier, they had some good opportunities. They had some good moments. You know, that was a great game 3 they played. But unfortunately, Lo-Fi, on the offensive end, it was just a little bit, you know, it was too little, too late.
Yeah, it does seem to be that way. And looking at it, it was a great opportunity for them to break the pressure and the momentum of Phantoms Deep. But Tier just continuing to struggle a little bit on defense. I think that's what it boils down to. Is there's just so much pressure from the Phantoms Deep team, and just their rotations were just so sound on Phantoms Deep that it busted through Tier. And mind you, both of those teams fairly even on the wins and loss ratio as they stack up. I believe going into tonight, Phantoms Deep was 12-12, and then Tier was 10-14. So very, very even still coming into it. But even as it was, Phantoms Deep coming out 3-1 over Tier.
And by the way, since I don't think we've mentioned it yet, anyone who's watching who's not in the RSC wants to play. We have leagues or divisions, I should say, for all skill levels. Doesn't matter if you're bronze, doesn't matter if you're supersonic. If you want to play, have fun. We do this every Monday and Wednesday. Join the Discord, get started, get yourself on a team. We would love to have you in here.
Yeah, definitely well said. And I also like to add, go follow us on our socials.